Okay, this week let's talk about communicating with your clients, because I know email is the traditional way to do it, but email sucks. Even with the new functions that mail providers like Gmail offer, so things like being able to boomerang your emails and things like that, it's still clunky and overwhelming, and I just don't enjoy opening up my inbox. So I have 3 tools that I use that are a bit more effective in getting quick prompt answers and avoiding spending too much time in your inbox. So the first one is Slack. So Slack is a team messaging tool. It's an app, it's a desktop tool, all of these are actually, and you can share messages, either text or audio, and I think you can do video as well. You can share documents and you can collaborate in there. So it's brilliant for teams. You can have lots of separate channels for different topics. So for example, you might have one for website admin, one for social, one for finances, one for sort of general updates for the team. So it's really nice and easy to toggle between all of the different channels, and you can also allow certain people to use certain channels, if that makes sense. So the finance department might be the only ones using the finance team and that kind of thing. So it's a really good tool to use for companies generally, but it's a great tool for using with clients if you want a quick answer as well, because it's as easy as using something like Facebook Messenger or something like that. You get a very quick answer. You can also toggle between different clients, Slack clients. So, for example, if you have several clients who are using Slack, you can have all of those accounts and you can just toggle between them to keep up, and you'll get the notifications on your phone. It also integrates really well with lots of other tools. So you can sync it with, for example, Asana to alert them when a job's done. So if you're working through your to-do list, every time you tick something off, it will pop up in Slack. You can forward your emails so that they are stored in Slack. So if you have, for example, a client agreement or something like that, you can forward that into Slack. And you can even have a channel that's dedicated to saving Facebook page posts, so you can go in there and quickly see everything. So you can use a lot of these through IFTTT or just directly through Slack. The second tool I wanted to talk about was Zoom. So Zoom is the one for if you've ever been on a conference call, it's hellish. Having to call in and you can't tell who's speaking, you can't see anyone's body language. There's always someone that's slightly out of sync. It's just really ineffective. Whereas Zoom is a video conferencing tool. So you can see who's online, you can see how everyone's body language is, which I think is really important so that you know whose turn it is to speak and things like that. And it's also just really nice to see everybody. And the other benefit of Zoom is that you can record it. So you can have a video or an audio version recorded. So if you're having an important meeting with a client, having that recording there is really, really useful, because you can go back through your notes or things that have said and just double check things. You can also use it for webinars, which I'll talk about in another session and in another podcast episode. But they're really good for holding webinars that you can record and later on sell. The third one is Voxer. So Voxer is perfect for the clients who are always on the run. You know the kind. They're always between meetings. They're never sitting down. Now, Voxer calls itself a walkie-talkie app, but I feel like that's underselling it a bit. So you can record messages and send them to each other, which is really useful because sometimes you just need to give them a quick update and you don't have time to sit there and write out the text. But you can use text as well. So quite often clients will send me a Voxer and I'll just reply with a text saying, yeah, that's fine, or anything like that. So if you have a client like that who's always on the run, definitely have a look at Voxer, and it's free. I would love to know what tools that you use to speed up communication and avoid using your inbox. So do tweet me, freelance_life, or come over into the Facebook group, the Freelance Lifestylers, and tell me all about it.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.